Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on XRP. Let's start off as usual with the higher time frames and work our way down to the lower time frames, and let's see if we can find any good setups. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades. Always do your own research and trade at your own risk. Okay, so let's hop into the chart, and we're going to start off with the monthly chart here, and this looks ultra bearish to me. It really looks like we had a little blow off top here at $3.93. We wicked down. We had a extremely big engulfing red candle here. We wicked all the way down on the following month, and now we're in a crazy indecisive candle that looks very bearish. The Stochastic RSI also looks like it wants to come down. If we're lucky, we might be able to curve up and maybe come back and retest this wick, which is what I'm hoping for. But if you guys take a look at the 21-day moving average, as I always show you guys, is far away, and we at some point are going to have to come back and retest that. That's currently at $1.03, which sounds very, very scary for XRP, which is currently at $2 and almost 9 cents. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. In the weekly chart here, the stochastics are low. It looks like we could drag a little bit, but eventually it's going to come up, and the 21-day moving average here is at $2.42. So here last week we had engulfing green candle, which is bullish, and now we're kind of indecisive. We have tomorrow is when the candle would close. Let's see what happens. Maybe it looks like we might be able to retest and go to $2.42, and I don't know if we're going to be able to break out from there. The next level will be $2.60, and maybe we can make it back up to about $3 here, $2.95, $3 before coming back down. Now, something that I don't like about this chart is this kind of looks to me like a head and shoulders here. And if this were to play out, that's an ugly head and shoulders, but if this was to play out, it definitely looks like, let's see, if we take from here to the neckline, pretty much showing you exactly there to like 78 cents, which is the 200-day moving average. So hopefully that's not going to play out, since the stochastic RSIs are kind of low here, but let's see what happens. Let's go check out the 4-day, and the 4-day does look like we're on the way up now here in the stochastic, unless we start to roll over. There you see that it wants to test $2.30. If we go to the daily chart, we're kind of toppy here, guys, on the daily chart. So unless we curve back up and do a move, it looks like we could possibly come down. The only thing that I see here that's bullish is that we are above the 21-day moving average, which is at $2.05, and also above the 200-day moving average, which is $1.93. We've come down and test this a couple of times, but we've been able to maintain it. We've been able to maintain above the 200-day moving average, so that's kind of bullish for now. A pattern that I'm seeing right here is this kind of looks to me like a falling wedge. So it's possible that we could continue, wiggling around in here and then possibly breaking out. Now, if we take the measured move of what this could possibly be, let's say we put it here, let's say we're about to break out soon, let's put it here. It kind of shows like we could go back up to $3.33, which would be where the last high was. So maybe that's a possible scenario that could happen. I'm also seeing here kind of like an inverted head and shoulders here. Let me go into the 10-hour or maybe even the 8-hour chart here. Yeah, so the 8-hour chart is bullish here with the stochastic RSI. You can see that it's on the way up, and this kind of does look to me like an inverted head and shoulders as well. Shoulder, head, shoulder. And if this plays out, we could probably break out from here and end up going above the 200-day moving average. And this will bring us up to about $2.70, which kind of makes confluence with what I was seeing, I believe, on the weekly chart. So it looks like short term, we could probably do a little breakout here for XRP. But long term, it still kind of looks a little bit bearish. We have to break a lot of key levels in order to keep on being bullish. Take a look at the 4-hour here, and the 4-hour kind of does look toppy. We're below the 200-day moving average, which is bearish. We're barely holding above the 21-day moving average. So if this inverted head and shoulder plays out and we're able to break out, that'll be bullish now. That'll give us a reason to be bullish because we'll be above the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look at the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart still has room to move up a little bit. So it does look like we're probably going to at least go to the top of this channel and that's probably going to end up being like around 215, 214, around there. So overall, guys, I would say that I'm kind of long-term bearish a little bit for XRP. Of course, with the altcoins, we have to realize they all depends on what Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin starts ripping up and we see 100K again, then, you know, we're probably are going to see XRP touching $3.15 at some point. But if BTC only goes up to like 93 and from there falls back down and we start retesting 80K, 74, 500 again, even lower, then I could definitely see a world where, as you can see in this falling wedge, we go all the way down here, we fill all this way out, and we probably meet somewhere here at $1 and change for XRP. Right now, I would probably, for me, I'm probably going to stay away, but this setup looks kind of good with this inverted head and shoulder. Probably play it all the way to about maybe it says here $2.68. I'll be more conservative with that. I'll probably go up to where this wick was, which is at like $2.60. I'll probably play somewhere along $2.50, probably below that. Obviously, I'll have stop losses, but I would only play this if we break out. If we break out, then I'll put stop losses under the 200-day moving average. But unless this breaks out, I wouldn't really be messing with XRP. So short term, I see a little move happening, especially if BTC is going to be breaking out. Long term, unless BTC shows us some real strong power breaking through the 200-day moving average on the daily and testing 90, 93, maybe 100K, that's the only way that I'll probably consider XRP hitting $3 again. All right, that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. See you on the next chart.